The Sky Phoenix project is underway to bring a new age of prosperity to Queensland. However, with the weaponization of space underway, we're seeing a new war unfold across the Pacific Ocean.
Magician flight, target sighted. Engaging. Crosshaul flight, roger. We'll move in once you get it done.
We're inside combat. We're into your logic key.
Good shot, Trigger. Continue to engage at your discretion. We've reached the occupied airbase, commencing attack. Our bombers are currently taking care of the ground forces. Makes it a hell of a lot easier. Crosshawk 3's hit. He's bailing out. Just focus on staying alive for now.
Take sure.
Whoa, new contacts. Drones. Keep focused. 5 targets remaining. Whoa, what was that? Stay focused. 4 targets remaining. Enemy ATC has been destroyed. Nice work. Magician flight reporting all mission targets destroyed. Heading towards FARP Bravo for refueling. And there were a few civilian casualties this time. Yep, that's how war is fought these days. You pull the trigger and someone gets killed. The guys up top take care of the rest.
During the invasion, rumors spoke of a fighter pilot wandering the battlefields for money and power, destroying anything that stood in his way. A man who was humorous and easygoing around his friends, but a two-faced psychopath to his enemies. Under the smiles, under the fun, he was enemy target number 1. Wide smile, high style. That was me. I served as the number 5 in the Star Raven Squadron, with the prophecy aligning me to the element of stone. My achievements include shooting down so many bandits that I couldn't count them all, endured and broke free from the worst prison camp of the Iron War, and once flew into a falling satellite, shot my way through it, and destroyed it from within. I did everything to defeat my foes, including taking the bullet or allowing myself to be in danger just to gain an advantage. And somehow I always survived, having fallen hundreds of feet, being stabbed through the back, crashed my plane, and most recently defeated a living bioweapon in combat. Sadly, that last one had the worst effect on me. The doctor here doesn't have much good news to tell. Well, if the poison is going to cut my life short, no way am I going to let it. Radley Langham's Taranis PMC has been using this lonely rural airstrip to be its base of operations here. The property owner here knows me and Langham fairly well. I never would have thought he'd agreed to this. Matter of fact, Taranis is working in defiance of the state government's will, as is the strike force in allowing it. I personally couldn't care less for what the civilians thought. While my loyalty lies to the aerospace strike force, I still help Taranis continue to fight in the shadows and watch over the targeted people. We need everything we can muster as the fight is taken to the stars.
What's up, Typhoon?
I have my end of the report completed.
Okay. Jazz and I are going to talk to the commander. You keep being on watch. Captain?
I think it can be done, ma'am.
You came up with a plan so soon. It's not even 9 a.m.
President Langham said as soon as possible, so we worked all night.
My recommendation, ma'am, based on our preliminary analysis, would be for Byrne to move back as soon as possible, but to have him move to this area.
It's a brand new suburb, sort of between Bushland Beach and Newington Crater. Apparently its name is Tahoe Heights.
It's more like an apartment building complex. It has fewer students, is further away from the main city. Each building has its own dedicated full-time manager and full-time security team, so there appears to be a lot of eyes open 24/7. We estimate that he would have a moderate to good chance of survival if he gets some proper counter-surveillance, self-defense, and weapons training.
Excellent report, Captain. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Set up a training schedule for Jim. I believe Chief Rob is still in the area. Get started as soon as possible. I'll contact Magnum and tell him work on a legal concealed carry permit of getting into his residence. Train him on how to use and carry a gun anyway until we get a legal or limited concealed carry permit.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks, Ash. That would be great. I'll work really hard at it, I promise. One of my team leaders lives there, and I'd definitely like to be with her.
Just remember to keep your eyes and ears open and listen to the little voice in the back of your head. Remember, you are still part of the old prophecy.
Yep, still aligned with the element of air.
Good. Go talk to the captain and arrange with him to take you to a hotel in town until we can get your room set up on campus. You probably also need to get your story straight and talk with the police about what happened back at the house. I'll be heading back to Charleville tonight.
Back into storage?
Back where I can check on my targets and get caught up again. I'll be in touch. Good luck, James.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for doing that report so quickly, Captain. I didn't realize Townsville was still so safe. It's not. At least not for you. Against Chinese and Russian hitmen. Say what? You're done with all your uni courses, so your class sizes will be smaller from now on. But you'll still be in classes and lecture rooms and labs with dozens of people. Then why did you recommend I go back? Because I believe Aisling is being too protective. She would be very happy to just lock you away. Stand you in a nice, safe, secure box like her, and have the world fed to you through the internet or some shit. The information I gave was accurate. It's a relatively safe area. With some training, the danger can be managed, maybe even minimalized. Besides, now that my men and I have you, and we got the go-ahead to build a training program to get your ass in shape and learn the proper way to look at the world, every day, 1 hour a day. Every day? I can't train every day. I've got... Every day, Burn. You will train each and every day. Rain or shine, sick or well, exams or dates. Or I'll send you back to Aisling and she'll happily lock you away inside the rocks of the south. Although, to be fair, still better than being locked in Mount Isa. Or... Anyway, you'll do weights and cardio for physical fitness. Get that stupid stomach back where it belongs. Self-defense and classes and demonstrations of surveillance, counter-surveillance, investigation, observation and identification techniques. You couldn't pass a fucking Air Force interview before this. You ain't seen nothing yet, Bubba. The first thing we need to do is give you your call sign. Don't I already have one? Not anymore, quitter. What do you boys think?
Wuss. Better yet, just give him to the chief. He'll chew him up and spit him out. The commander will send him to Charleville, and then we don't have to fight
we still
with
got a job to do. Keep your opinions to yourself. Jazz? Well, how about Geek? Turkey. Hey, be nice to the young man. He's had a most traumatic experience, and besides, he's a hard-working aviation student. You know, from the moment he came in, I noticed that he had a bit of a funny accent. It just wasn't right.
You know what? Let's call him Daffy, after that goofy cartoon duck.
Then it's settled.
Fine. I still like Turkey better.
You haven't earned anything yet, but call signs can change. For the worse as well as for the better. Work hard and maybe we'll give you a better one. Then what's your call sign? For you it's Sir or Captain. You better get that right the first time. Jazz, clean up this place. Yes, sir. Trax, get in contact with the chief and ask if he can set up a martial arts, counter-surveillance and firearms training program for us ASAP. Let's see your shooting hand. Taipan, what do you think?
Lee Enfield, .22, 6-shooter, or a pea shooter. Maybe a Desert Eagle.
Any of those it is then. Get to it.
One last thing, Daffy.
Already I don't like that call sign.
That call sign already? Sir! I told you, do something worthy for the team and yourself, and you might get a better call sign. And start showing some respect for your superiors around here. I should have kicked your ass across the hangar for the way you spoke to President Langham yesterday. I will next time, I promise you. Now, we can do several things to help you detect and defend against danger. But we can't do very much for your friends. We've noticed that you don't really hang out with anybody but your research team of geeks on this project, which is good. But I want you to limit your time in public with anyone. If a hit team starts to target your friends to get to you, it could spell real trouble for everyone, and that we could not contain, even with the drones and our equipment. We should not have to intervene directly, otherwise it could spell even greater disaster in the long run. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good. Grab some breakfast and get your things together, and be ready to move out in 10 minutes. Dismissed.
So began the training. Chief Raba has shown me how to take on the invisible enemy. Whether it was using the cane for self-defense, hitting the obstacle course with assigned weapons, or just simply sweeping after the others, I was on the way to survive the world of being the hunted. Surveillance, counter-surveillance, investigation, observation, and identification techniques all were part of the curriculum. But meanwhile, the rest of Taranis was still on their journey, aiming to discover more about the conspiracy between the bear and the dragon. They took the fights to the shadows, Viper leading the way in, Aisling leading the way out, and Jane ruling the skies above, working deep within Queensland, working far outside of Australia, raiding compounds and spying on the suspicious. It was time to break free. If the worst comes to worst, we'll have to defy the powers that be and take the consequences.
Oi, Vern, wake up!
What? What's
You're
going
coming
on?
with me in the Bugatti. We're going to Malkara. There's been an emergency sortie order.
Yes, sir. On my way now.
Oh no, an emergency sortie? What could this mean?
Captain Windhover, how nice to meet you again.
Yep, this will always be my place. Your face is improving, I see.
It's a work in progress. Hello, guys. Glad you could all make it on such short notice. This was indeed out of the blue.
Yes, I don't think we've ever been called on such short notice for something good.
So what's happening? When the clock hits 1 a.m., we're all going to load up into a transport plane of sorts. And from there, we will fly to Birdsville.
What's wrong?
From there, you will go to Batuta.
What?
Give up? You're telling me they called an emergency sortie order to a ghost town? Yes, Batuta is the destination. But between there and Birdsville, there is the red zone. The Shire of Diamantina is within the yellow zone, and we've currently established a perimeter around it. You guys are going straight in and encountering this new enemy.
So, something completely different. Should be interesting.
And it's happening on the same day when the Battle of Townsville of World War II is going to come to the light. The day that ninjas attacked Australia. Every now and then, we have to remember where we live. Best of luck, and don't forget to keep an eye out.
As of today, the People's Republic of China declared war on the United States of America. As soon as the news broke out, aircraft began striking U.S. facilities in the Pacific and the West Coast, causing widespread destruction. The United States Air Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to America and the Pacific nations in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Navy Secretary then stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports in the Pacific. Several of the nation's aircraft carriers sustained damage in the attacks. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in Singapore, has yet to come under attack.
Sources in government say that it was the policies regarding the space elevator that further caused frictions in the region and which ultimately led to this new war. The White House was quick to declare a state of emergency. They have ordered all American armed forces as well as the alliance forces to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Well, there they go again. I am Captain Julio Ibis Horatio. I graduated as a physicist from the 7th Service Academy at the top of my class. Then I joined the Strokan Air Force, flying an F-15 during the Strokan War. Then I was shot down in Papua New Guinea, and then abducted by the space pirates and forced to work for their interceptor citadel in Turkey. Following the war and my slavery, I moved here and received a PhD in physics. I later became involved in the development of our own citadel in Australia. But even that was taken over, this time by Project 9. I had to escape once again. All that is behind me now, after that massive battle. I'm now training pilots to fly the Strike Force's fleet of hypersonic space planes.
The United States Navy has launched a major attack on the Chinese capital, striking Beijing from their new aircraft carrier. After a brutal battle, the PLA Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Navy fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of fighters.
The President has released a statement saying that he will refuse to back down on his demands. Today, Silver is up to bat in the YF-12 Skymaster's bought from ISAF. With an eager maverick like her, it should be interesting. But can I finally leave the past behind? I certainly hope so.
Racer 07, Masters Tower, winds calm, runway 30, airspeed restricted to 200 knots while inside Last Charlie airspace.
07, cleared for takeoff, runway 30.
Good takeoff, Silver. Good timing on the brakes and power. Zone 1 with the brakes on is okay, but anything after that will shred the brakes. My show is clear of Class Charlie airspace. Heading 200 will take us to the restricted area.
Roger. I'm running pre-high altitude checklist now. Report when complete.
Will do. Checklist complete. I show us inside R747A. Cleared when ready.
I got it. Ibis, stand by. We've reached target altitude. Proceeding on course. Ibis. Ibis, do you read?
Yes, Roger. I've just got a wire in from Strike Force Command. They're requesting us to participate in a patrol mission. Follow these coordinates. I'll explain the rest later.
Well, Lieutenant, that was some damn good flying today. This will be your home for the next few weeks. The nation was saved multiple times from this airbase.
What was all that stuff in Batuta about?
My friend, something you were never meant to see. They called it conspiracy theories, but it turned out to be true. That little ghost town has become the scene of an advanced type of battle between us and the aliens we were containing.
What? Aliens? But how is this different from the invasion?
Because we were going to use those UFOs as weapons, like the US and their TR-3 Black Manta.
Black? Manta? That's insane.
Anyway, we must hush up a thing like this. If the Chinese or Russians find out about this, we will be in it deep. There was also radio chatter of an unknown type exchanged in the battle.
So, what should we do now?
Until Command says otherwise, this will be our primary threat. They'll be needing my help, and I ask that you be my wingman for when we're flying. We have an F-4 Phantom underground waiting for you. However, during the chatter,
I heard a word. A word I never hoped I would have to hear again. Project 10 was indeed behind this. I didn't think this would return. Sure, I am going to tell the others about this, but I'm not sure how they're going to interpret it. Because I'm pretty sure the last thing we need right now is more enemies.
Okay, what is it? Oh, understood, sir.
Okay, good to know. So, we better get some rest while we can. It's going to be a busy few weeks ahead of us. What with Sky Phoenix, battling these flying saucers, and getting you trained in the middle of it all. And yet, if I didn't know any better, you all must appear eager to see new enemies. Good night, Miss Anselmo. Director, my możemy objaśnić.
Deputacja. Ty будешь говорить не со мной. Президент хочет слова.
Черт возьми, это должно быть очень важно.
Не волнуйся об этом.
Господа.
Господин президент.
Директор рассказал мне, что случилось. Это настораживает.
Операция прошла, как и планировалось. Наш актив помог нам без ошибок.
Вы не достигли цели. Они хотели пепел, а не пришлют твою вазу. Я должен сообщить об этом другим. Вы все остаетесь и видите. Да, это было урна в могиле.
空的，不冷到了，太不幸了。尽管如此，你已经完成了自己的工作。
你должен завершение проекта 10 ракету.
告诉我有关这种武器的更多信息。
Sokolov,
On предназначен для прихвата и уничтожения межконтинентальных баллистических ракет, оттачки беспилотных летательных аппаратов, низкоорбитальных спутников и космического оружия, запуская много гиперсовилковых самолетов и орбитальных платформ. Система будет очень мобильной. Он будет нацелен на все, что вам нужно.
для нашего врага не будет спасения.
好，运动行动已经开始，我们对澳大利亚的打击也即将开始。
Я думаю, что мы можем это устроить.
谢谢你，总统先生。
До свидания, товарищ.
保持联系，晚安。
Итак, тогда. Ваша команда должна быть готова к выходу. Не проявляйтесь в Австралию. У нас там уже были агенты, но они не были успешными. Я надеюсь, что вы будете другими. Не заблуждайтесь, господа. Американские их союзники пытаются окружить нас из космоса. Австралия только что пересекла черту. Я понимаю, вы можете немного нервничать. Благодаря этому альянсу у нас скоро будет высокое положение в Тихом океане.
So then, what did the president have to say? We are going for a flight. We've got some new targets. Well, seeing as though I haven't completed my end of the deal, I will come with you. Yes. How I live for it.
bestia.
Salut, Vitogos Domosi is Vestia or Generala, Operatia Plastic Dragon, Vistubilla Volvatoroi Eta. Korosho, Togda Dvaite, Stellaiam Nashu Chast. Kago Planataki. The Buddham is Polzavat Corvetti. Oni Prignudna Ubitu Assembly Nad Australiae. Icarius Natalitia Objective Queensland Idemos Na Servanoyu Territoriu Pine Gap E Malkara Yavlayutsia Prioritetnimi Eta Taka Orvilishet Ixili Ort Azi Ostalnaya Shas Flota Ostanetsias Des Australia Sea, but Betiat Savoye, Tosmeskoi, Sirois, Ono Mashtapnaya, Nikla, Espionage. Da. Oni wyspujat bois brazu pozle konfrontacji. Ruskie budet atakować bazu Taranis. Oni znają kadeto?
Ja, są na różne egipskie informacje.
Ja budu rokowodyt komandoj poduszki dla poduszki. Mi objazdalno raz stawam ik, jeśli wsi pójdet po planu. Pobeda w operacji Krasny Drakon. Kompensuje to. Podgotowcie korabli Kepriszku.
I believe in certainties. The strength of my new robot body, the power of my computerized mind, the sharp edges of my blades. That is what I build my plans around. Trickery, deception, complex strategies, they are for the weak. If you want power, and another has it, you get it not by outwitting him. You get it by stepping over his corpse.
This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Project 10 spaceships have jumped out of war and have reached the thermosphere over our airspace. All space fighters prepare for takeoff. Proceed to intercept following takeoff.
Stage engine burn nominal. Stage separation in 3, 2,
1. Stage separation.
All units, duty officer online. Tactical mode initiated.
Second stage ignition confirmed. Ghost Rider, scramjet activation speed reached. Commencing orbital insertion burn.
Aquí vamos nos.
Ghost Rider flight is broken free of the atmosphere. Entering orbit now. Proceeding to the rendezvous point.
Outback to all active Starside squadrons, report in. Copy, Outback. We're away. Flight of 2, all systems nominal. Star Runner, flight of 4, good to go. Ghost Rider, flight of 2, all systems green.
Target Corvette sighted within visual range of satellite RA-15.
You got eyes on this Windhover? Affirmative. We got incoming. Let's get in there. Roger that. Incoming missiles. Deploying jammers. They're launching fighters.
Damn, they're fast. One's already on my tail, requesting backup. Hang tight, Ghost Rider. We'll get him. One down.
Good kill.
Star on 4, bandit acquired. Locking on.
Lock on.
Silver, watch out. There's a bandit on your tail.
Target destroyed.
Target acquired. Locked on. Laser away. Boom. Roasted that sucker. Star on 3 in gun range.
All units, direct fire on that enemy Corvette.
We're away is targeting the west Corvette. Star Runner, attack the east. Roger that. Squadron, attack formation.
Squadron, target the engines. Make sure it can't run away.
Warning, energy flares detected. Corvette's
Look out, AA fire.
They're opening fire with all their defenses.
Good effect on target.
Scans indicate a structural weakness surrounding the platform.
Up and lock. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Good thunder, sir.
Sir, I reckon we should combine our attacks. I agree, Magpie. Let's do it.
Their defenses are down, switching to anti-ship missiles.
And bloody down, Ricochet.
We have dropships leaving the West Corvette. Pine Gap, what's that course? Stand by, we're sending the coordinates now. That's a Taranis outpost. What could they want that's there? Direct all air squadrons to intercept immediately. Viper, Hawk. Viper, go ahead. Enemy dropships are inbound toward your location. I think they've made you.
Just those are plenty for now. Thanks for the heads up.
We can't send reinforcements in time.
Warrior team, brewer team, assemble.
Trucks armored up. Yeah.
This is Jazz. I'm all armored up in the Dasher suit. Ready to roll.
Taipan, ready to strike.
Are we ready for action? Let's blow stuff up.
Daffy, ready for action.
Warrior team is in position. Oh shit, here they come. They're touching down. Robots are disembarking.
Stay behind me.
Walking down.
Remember
Team,
what I
hold
told
them
you.
off. We don't want any mess ups like last time.
Viper.
What's happening?
Multiple foot mobiles to the south.
Oh shit, it's the Russians.
Assassins, take cover!
20-foot plus mobiles and 2 IFVs are leaving the dropships.
Radio Samsi. Neka big portion.
Missile away. Here, engage! Look, stay close. Yeah, it's not like I don't have any other options.
Target acquired.
Expect the unexpected.
Drop the chief, you sons of bitches! I'm in a radar. We need close air support. Take out those IFVs.
Copy that. Coming down.
Light them up!
Lights out.
Yeah! Get some!
Target acquired. Missile away.
Oh,
shit, this is Typhoon. I'm getting mauled to death.
We saw you already.
Damn, I'm getting overwhelmed. Not today, floppy disk. I need medical. Fall back, fall back.
Viper, do you copy? We're falling back. We're getting hammered.
Impressive, soldiers. But you are not the fight I see. Where is Ashling Lotus?
Viper, they got us.
We've lost warrior team. Repeat, we've lost warrior team.
Retreat!
Elar!
I will not be spellcasted this time, Target.
Come forward, adversary. It's a fight to the death and beyond.
Jazz, do you copy? Trax, are you there?
Just get out of him now!
Deber eto prostolita. Mi zagnali jego bogo. Как nasze Maltika. Roboty pozaboyacja onem. Namanya.
You better not fuck it up like last time, gun. Eat this!
Ah, shit. Out of power already?
Come on out of there, Viper.
Raider, you're up to bat. Take out those robots.
Solid copy. Launching missile.
That Yankee girl can't wait for 4th of July, can she?
I have fought tougher warriors than you before. As I stepped over their bodies, I will step over yours.
Joke. That's what you are. Robot joke.
Привет, облодки!
You sucker!
Good to you, little fucker!
Not today.
I'm just one of many, lad. This isn't the end. Yeah, one less to worry about.
Viva Militas!
Oh, what the? Bad kitty. FC. Hostile. Peshki. Oh. When the chief said to get into your heads, I didn't realize there were several meanings to it.
Raider to Viper. Showing no further hostile activity in the AO. We're in the clear.
That was a tough battle. But they just took out a lot of our men.
Cyrus teleported away. I almost had him.
The inland is about to touch down. Get everyone ready to evac now. The wounded first. Oh, this is awful.